10th of January, and Tottenham Hotspur season is officially over. We were told at the back end of last season, following the sacking of Ange Postecoglou, the first man that brought silverware back to the club in 17 years, that he was sacked because the club needed to compete on all fronts. We're now on the 10th of January, out of the Carabao Cup in the fourth round, 14th in the Premier League, and out of the FA Cup now in the third round. And yes, we're probably still going to get to the knockout stages of the Champions League, but if anyone that is not smoking the finest of the finest crack is really going to believe that Tottenham Hotspur can do that, something in that tournament, then our season is officially over. Which, I don't know, it's just back to same old Spurs, to be honest. I mean, in terms of the game, yes, first off, absolutely terrible. Once again, at home, not putting in the performance that's needed. Of course, yes, second half was better, but it's one of them ones again. You look at it based on the first half performance, could it have been any worse? Probably not. Richarlison comes off injured as well. It's just typical. The day that Dom Solanke comes back, Richarlison comes back. But I did say throughout the season that Richarlison was due an injury, because the fact that he had been gone this far throughout the season without an injury was just completely mind-boggling. So it was always due to happen. But of course, in proper Tottenham style, we finally get Dom Solanke back, and Richarlison goes down with that. It looks to be a hamstring injury. I'm not too sure. Yeah, in terms of the game, second half, yeah, we were much better, of course. But as I said, you can't really be much worse than we were in the first half. It's one of them ones again. The players probably looking at it as well. This is the last real chance we've got to save our season, so we've got to go down fighting. And they did give in a good fight, to be honest. I think Wilson Odobert looked good. Matthias Tell looked good once again. And I just still find it so baffling that since he came in for his appearance against Sunderland, he played against Bournemouth and he played again today, he's looked so good. And it just makes me question, why was he not given any minutes? I mean, obviously, there's talk that he's going to look to go out on loan, but I'm guessing now with Richarlison's injury, he's definitely not going anywhere. And yeah, it's just so annoying. Xavi Simons looked better in the second half. To be fair, in the first half, he was trying bits, but he really had no one else to link up with in that first half. But Xavi Simons was good as well. But it doesn't matter anyway. When the players play good, we lost once again to an Aston Villa team who, let's be honest, a couple of seasons ago were nowhere near the level of Tottenham Hotspur. But serious backing and investment and paying the right wages in players just shows where you can take your team to in such a short space of time. And now, yes, they're pushing at the top of the league, but I don't see them really competing to win the league. But nonetheless, they're probably going to be back in the Champions League spots. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't go and win the Europa League as well. Yeah, we could do well in the FA Cup. It's just so shameful. What do we do now? Honestly, what are we really playing for? Just to finish as high up as possible in the Premier League? Try and have a decent run in the Champions League, but that's probably going to come to an end when we face any teams with anything about them. So it's just a shame. We come off the high of Bilbao. I did say that night in Bilbao, in that Estadio Mames Stadium, that was the pinnacle of my Spurs sporting career. And I don't think it's going to get any better than that anyway. I don't see us. The only way it could get better is if we won a Premier League or a Champions League. And honestly, I don't see us doing that. So that is going to be the pinnacle of my Spurs supporting career. Being in that stadium, that final whistle, that feeling, I'm never going to get that feeling again. So it's just a shame, because it's the hope that kills you always. That's the thing with Tottenham Hotspur. It's the hope that kills you. Looking at the start of the season thinking, yeah, we could have a decent run. We got the false sense of hope with the first 3-4 games of the season where we played so well against PSG, still lost. The Man City game and obviously Burnley, we were meant to beat them, but we thought we were onto something, and yeah, boy, were we wrong, because Tottenham done Tottenham. And as I said, we're at the 10th of January. We've got what, about 3.5, 4 months left of the season, and we're literally just playing for nothing now. So maybe with the pressure off, they might start performing, but I really don't know. Once again, in terms of the manager, Thomas Frank, I don't see him getting sacked until probably the end of the season because, as I said, the season's done now anyway. So I don't see us in any danger of getting relegated because we're not that bad. But yeah, it's just going to be one of them ones. I think if he goes, it'll be the end of the season. Maybe he uses this run. I really don't know. You guys let me know what you think about Thomas Frank. But yeah, I don't see any outstanding candidates that are probably willing to leave their job right now. Of course, the managers are available. Ruben Amorim, don't really want him. Enzo Maresca, I would take him, but of course, another Chelsea manager, and he's probably looking at bigger jobs anyway. I see a lot of people talking about Xavi. I don't know how I feel about Xavi because, once again, he's not proven this. Well, Thomas Frank was proven in the Premier League, and that didn't do much. But you look at Xavi, had that Barcelona team with Lamine Yamal, who is one of the best he is the best young talent on the planet. So Tottenham Hotspur don't have any players like Lamine Yamal. And Tottenham Hotspur do not have an academy like La Masia, where he can just pull out ballers that he was just pulling out from there as well. But don't forget, Barcelona still have that allure of being Barcelona, so they can still draw top talent. For example, if we wanted to sign a player now and Barcelona wanted to sign a player now, Barcelona don't even have the money and they'll still be able to attract the talent over us. So they're the things you sort of got to take into account when you look at a manager like Xavi. But yeah, I really don't know. It's probably just going to see out to the end of May. Get rid of the manager then, and then restart this whole cycle once again for the how many of time in my life, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't really know what to say. I'm a bit speechless, to be honest, because, as I said, it's the hope that kills you. I wasn't expecting to go and beat Aston Villa, but sometimes, just one time, you think maybe Tottenham Hotspur can turn up. But of course not. The awful home record continues. I don't even know how many games it is now. I don't know. It's disgusting. But the lack of wins at home is absolutely disgusting. The fact that so many teams are just coming to our ground and leaving with something is just crazy. You might as well just put us in the away dressing room because we're just getting thrown around left, right, and centre when anyone comes to our ground, which is not good. Especially seeing as we got a massive month coming up next month with some big teams coming to the stadium, so that's not great for the old confidence there either. Obviously, the one positive, Dom Solanke being back, but doesn't matter now, does it? Because we don't really need him, do we? But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Would you get rid of Thomas Frank now? Would you just let him see out the season? If you would get rid of him now, who would you bring in? Anything else you want to talk about the game? What are your goals for the rest of the season, seeing as we got nothing else? Where would you like to see us finish? Anything you guys want to let me know? Like, subscribe, all of that. The YouTube's still going to be going anyway. I know the Tottenham season's done. Maybe we're going to have to watch some other games and talk about other games as well, because Spurs are just Spurs, man. Yeah, it will never change. We will never change. But yeah, I'll be back, of course. Peace and love.